What's up, everybody? So listen, today I'm going to help you guys with something that I know many of y'all are out there struggling with right now. Is it a good deal or is it a bad deal, right? And I thought I'd share with you a deal that recently came up. One of our students, so we got several mentorship programs. We teach people how to build 6 and 7 figure businesses in 12 months. Using other people's money, investing remotely, it's a whole thing, right? If you ever want more information on that, you can look in the description and click the link. It's free resources, all kind of stuff out there. And so in one of our mentorship programs, one of our students was buying his first duplex remotely, okay? He was buying it from California to Detroit. So he had it under contract. He went through his due diligence. He went through several different iterations of price reduction because he was trying to make this thing fit to where he can do a BRRRR strategy, right? Which is buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. That's what BRRRR stands for, just in case you didn't know. And so he went through many different iterations on price point for purchase. He went through many different iterations of contractor bids, just trying to figure out how to make this deal work, okay? And he got down to his final iteration and figured out that it probably was not the best deal for him to do. And I'm gonna break this down for you guys in this video so that this can hopefully give you some context that while you out there underwriting your deals, that you can have some more tangible representation of how to go through this process of figuring out, is it a good deal for you to, is it not, okay? So in this particular case, as I mentioned, he was buying a duplex, okay? Maybe put a line down the middle, all right? Now, in buying this duplex, he was going to collect, I want to say he was going to collect, $1,300 up and down, right? So $1,300 on both sides, okay? So that's $2,600 gross per month. Okay, now, he was going to purchase, his purchase price, after further price reductions, he got it down to $60K. Okay. His rehab was going to be around $100K. Okay. So his total cost $160K. Now, just so you guys understand, in real estate, we got this saying total cost. If a lender or anybody in real estate ever asks what's your total cost, they're asking you purchase price plus rehab, okay? So his total cost is $160,000. Now, it's a myriad of different ways in which you can put your deals together. We teach people how to raise capital and do their deals with no money out of pocket, okay? That'd probably be interesting, huh? To do your deals with no money out of pocket. It's a whole thing. Trust me, it's lit. As the kids would say, it's lit. So he had a lender that would give him, say, 80% of purchase and 100% of rehab. Okay, so if they gave him 80% of purchase, 8 times 6, that's 48. So say they would give him 48K for purchase and then 100K towards the rehab, right? So they'll give him 148,000 towards the entire project. Now, with that, that means he will have a difference between 148 and 160, which is $12,000 plus some miscellaneous, some carrying costs. Because on this, right, say you got a mortgage of let's say you got a mortgage of $1,500 per month, okay, and it's going to take you conceivably on a $100,000 rehab. So this is a major key. Write this down. Don't forget it. most of the time, if you're trying to figure out how long your rehab should take, it should be about $1,000 per day, right? So if it's $100,000 worth of work with a good working crew, you should be doing about $1,000 per day of work. Okay, so this project, and that's business days, right? So this project easily could take 5 months to complete. That doesn't mean that he couldn't renovate one side and then get tenants living in it while he's doing the other. But let's just say he needs, let's be conservative and say 6 months of holding costs. So 6 months at $1,500 a month. So you talking, what's that? 30, 60, 90. So he need about $9,000 in holding costs, right? So you got $9,000 in mortgage payments, plus the 12 that he needed for the down payment, plus points and fees and all the rest of it. That's probably another $10,000 at the close, and then plus another probably $5,000 to $10,000 for miscellaneous for utilities and upkeep and things of that nature. So let's just say he needed about $40,000. Okay, $40,000 in what we call gap funding to close the transaction. Okay. Now here's so far no big deal, right? Now this is another important factor. The ARV was about $200,000. Okay, so the after repair value was $200K. Now, why is that important? That's very important because he wanted to do the burst strategy, right? He wanted to buy, rehab, rent, renovate, refinance, right? That's what he wanted to do. Well, in order to do that, you got to understand your exit strategy going into it. We make our money when we buy in real estate, meaning that if the value is not there on the back end, then his exit strategy would be bad and the money will all be stuck in the deal. So let's go here. So now, let's say he's all in at 148 with the lender, right? So this lender, then he's got another 9,000 plus 12 for the down payment. Closing fees, say another 10. Closing fees, and then another 5 for miscellaneous. So that's 9, 12, what's that? 21, 31, 36, right? So you got 36K in gap funding. Okay. So in reality, all in between the 148 for the lender and the 36K, then that's 6 is 4, 184. So over here, so it's a 200K ARV, but he's 184K all in. So some would say, well, that's decent, right? He still got $16,000 in equity, true, but when you do a cash out refinance, most lenders would give you, say, 70%. So if a lender on 200K would do 70%, then that's 140,000. You got me? So why is that a problem? That's a huge problem because in order to do a cash out refinance or a burst strategy, he would have to be able to get his lender their money back, the 148. So if it appraises for 200,000 and you take 70% of that and he can only get 140, then that's not enough money to get his lender paid back. So one of two things will need to happen. One of three things will need to happen. One, it would have to be a higher ARV, which is what he initially thought when he was underwriting the deal. But he got comps from PropStream, and that's a horrible thing to do. We teach totally different how to go get the comps in the program, okay? Because he had got this deal like less than 30 days of coming into the program, and so he had some old philosophies, and we had to get rid of all of that. And so he thought initially the ARV was like 230. At that number, this deal made sense. When we further evaluated the comps, figured out the ARV was 200. So one thing that will benefit this deal is a higher ARV. The second thing would be a lower purchase price. And the third would be a lower rehab cost. Like everything will have to scale down in order to make it fit within the dynamics of the lending. Okay. And so every time, now here's the other piece though, right? Because we still buy for cash flow. And so the deal, even with the higher interest rates right now, his mortgage, principal, interest, tax, and insurance probably would have been about $1,700 per month, right? So he still could have netted $900 per month cash flow. Okay. So the deal made sense from a cash flow perspective, but for his exit strategy to be a cash out refinance, it wouldn't have worked because he wouldn't have been able to refi and get the lender their money back, let alone if the arrangement between he and his private lender, if he needed to get that other $36,000 out, he definitely couldn't did that either. Okay. So if this video was helpful, number one, share it with somebody. Secondly, comment below. Let me know your thoughts. And make sure you like and subscribe if you want me to keep bringing you this type of content. Okay, see you guys in the next one.